How about them Bobcats? How you like us now? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Bobcat Corner. This is episode number 62. I'm your host, Stephen Vitz, and this is just going to be a short, to the point kind of episode. Not going to be detailed. It's not going to be, a full blown analysis of what just happened in the game the other day between the Ohio Bobcats hosting the West Virginia Mountaineers, and really to really the bridge the gap here to get into this. Going into this game, so many people, experts and college football fans alike, so many people were not giving us a chance to even compete in this game, even though we were the home team. I heard it all week long from people, from other fans, especially West Virginia fans. By the way, I respect West Virginia University. I respect the West Virginia Mountaineers. Always have. But I just found it surprising how much, I'm just going to be honest, how much crap I got for just defending my team and believing in my team, the capabilities of my team, the Ohio Bobcats. I mean, it's to be expected because, one team against another, you get, clashing like that. I get it. But anyway, this was the second part of the gauntlet that I've been always talking about for months now. Um, and previewing this, when I went through the schedule for the Ohio Bobcats, I had this listed as a win, as a short victory. I initially listed it as like 24-21 when I did that preview episode for the regular season. I had this down as an upset victory, and I got it. The official score was 17-10. The Ohio Bobcats hold on to defeat the West Virginia Mountaineers. Surprising game, to be honest with you guys. Um, Not going to be long-winded here. Not going to be ultra detailed in what I'm going to say here, but just keep it in a nutshell. What a game! Overall, what a game! A game that the Bobcats needed in light of what happened last week, that we fell short to the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, 34-31. In both games, I'm hoping you guys start paying attention to this. What happened last week at Rutgers and what happened just this week, this past Saturday, at Frank Solich Field in Athens, Ohio. You're seeing it. You're seeing the character of this team develop in front of your eyes. You're seeing just a clear development of this team, the mental toughness of this team. I said it going into this. The mental toughness of this team has got to improve going into this season. And both times, these first two games, I've seen mental toughness play itself out in the right way, the correct way. So that was clearly on display when watching this game as well against West Virginia. Um, just to get certain other things out of the way first, Parker Navarro, overall, he led the team to victory. He did what he had to do. When he had to make plays with his feet on the run, he did that. Kept the chains moving, kept the team going. There were things though where I wish he would not do, such as throw interceptions. He threw three interceptions in the second half. Um, did okay, did very well, okay in the first half. Second half, for some reason, West Virginia defenders were just getting the best of him. So, cutting off routes and just intercepting the ball. Obviously, going forward in the future, Parker Navarro, he's got to do a better job of that. But not going to dwell too much on that because we end up winning this game. But something to note there. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, defense was really the standout group for the Ohio Bobcats in this game. It was such a defensive effort collectively by that defense, which had a lot of questions going into this game because it's a relatively new group of mostly, new faces coming in via transfer portal, and also, guys that had not had playing time, starting playing time. Two guys I'm just going to mention right away in the linebacker core. And I mentioned this to Kuz, Justin Walker, when we were doing our preview show. for this game. I mentioned these two names in particular, Michael Molnar and Jack Freeze, not fries. Think about French fries all the time. Jack Freeze. Michael Molnar and Jack Freeze, linebackers who had been with the Bobcats for a couple years, but just had not had that chance to start. Well, this year they're going to get their chance to be starters. And boy, did they play a big role. Those two guys played really big roles in stopping this West Virginia offense, especially in the running game. We were told for a long time now that Rich Rodriguez, how he runs this up tempo kind of offense, fully on display, wants to run the football, wants to get into space and run, and only pass it when they need to. Throughout this game, I did not see any sort of up tempo kind of offense from West Virginia, and that kind of surprised me. But in part, that was because of how well the Ohio defense was playing. You got to give credit to where it's due, and that you got to give credit to the Ohio defense, especially the run defense. I mean, they were stuffing the run. They were getting to the next level, cutting through the offensive line and either getting to the quarterback or to whoever was running the ball. Just amazing. Just a great effort all around for the defense. I can't say enough about the defense this time around. The defense showed up, especially defensive lineman Nehemiah Dukes. He was definitely one of the stars of the show for this game. Shout out to him. Nehemiah Dukes, he did great. He just 6 tackles, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss. Great job from him. And also the key play at the very end of the game to seal the deal, so to speak. Anas Lukman, the transfer from Arkansas Pine Bluff, he showed up with that key, key sack, key tackle at the very end of the game to seal it for the Bobcats. Just amazing. Every time I see that last play, I just smile. I just do. And so, yeah, it was just a collective effort from the Bobcats. Even the running game, C.A. Bangura, he saw the field well. I mean, even though he didn't get that many yards, when he had to run the ball well, he did. Situational football, he was great running the football. And Duncan Brune, shout out to him. Again, even though the stats will not say as much, I could tell that Duncan Brune was putting in the hard work. He's putting in the effort. Keep an eye on him, even though he's RB2. Keep an eye on the development of Duncan Brune because that's going to be key with our running game with what we're going to be doing. Because you got to have sufficient backup behind C.A. Bangura to carry that football. So, but yeah, it's just once again I feel reassured and I'm just going to say it. I feel justified in what I was saying all along going into this game. It's like I believed we had a chance to get this game and we did. Um, yeah, I just have you know a lot of emotions going into this. I mean, I was nervous all game long seeing this play out. Um, it was back and forth. A lot of times it was back and forth in this game. I mean, the Bobcats went down 7-0 early in the first quarter, and I was like, uh-oh. But then we strung together a long drive that ended up in a field goal, 7-3. And then after that, second quarter, that was the highlight of the game. The second quarter, the Bobcats got their 2 touchdowns. Boom, boom. Punch it in from 1 yard with C.A. Bangura, as noted before. And that that big 31-yard touchdown reception by Chase Hendricks, wide receiver, you could tell there's a great connection here, uh, quarterback wide receiver connection here between Parker Navarro and Chase Hendricks. There's so much great chemistry there on the field when you see those two, get together and make plays. It's just amazing stuff. You know, I've been watching college football for many years now, most of my life, and but I know it when I see a good connection between a quarterback and a wide receiver. That's a good connection. Parker Navarro to Chase Hendricks, that's a good connection right there. So keep that in mind. Now, 17-10, we got our upset victory. We got a win, 1-1 to start the season. Guess what's next up for next week? Yeah, got to go up to Columbus to face the defending national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And I know for a fact that many people, rightfully so, I know that many people are going to pick against us in that game because of how dominant, let's just say it, let's just say it right now, how dominant the Ohio State Buckeyes have been in recent years. What they just did last year, won it all. I get it. Totally get it. Um, is there anything that we could do in that game this upcoming week at Ohio State? We'll see. Um, all that I can tell you when it comes to that game is that we better be razor sharp focus. We better be willing to put in that extra work, that extra practice, extra film studying, all that to get ready for this game. And do what you can. And honestly, I'm just going to throw this out here. Just be willing to be creative. Be willing to be creative when you're throwing out plays on offense and defense. And yeah, it's just really it's satisfying. This game against West Virginia, it's very satisfying. Like I said, defense played really good overall. I mean, everything for the Bobcats started off shaky, but as the game went along, you could tell that things were progressing in the right way. Things were developing the right way for them. Uh, 24 first downs. That's one stat I'll just give right there. 24 first downs on offense that the Bobcats made. Penalties, yeah, there were quite a bit of penalties in this game committed by both teams. Bobcats had like false start kind of penalties, pass interference. Yeah, one dirty play, horse collar tackle. You never want to see that. But and also special teams. Want to mention that real fast. Special teams. There was a general improvement from special teams for the Ohio Bobcats as opposed to last week. Last week at Rutgers, I don't know what was going on there, but this week, what just happened at home against West Virginia, there was a general improvement for the special teams units for the Ohio Bobcats. That was good to see. We were competent on special teams. We got punts off just fine. I mean, yes, we did miss a field goal. Wish that did not happen, but it was okay. We ended up being just fine. Made the kicks that we needed to, and kick returns was just fine on special teams. So yeah, generally speaking, guys, this was just a really amazing way to get your upset victory if you're the Ohio Bobcats, and just got to move on to the next game. Really, um, it's hard for me to put into words what just happened here because again, I've really a key note here is like I watch Peek Around the Corner, with Greg Flugar, and he let me know that 97% of the PATC community, the chat room there, they picked West Virginia to cover, the spread against Ohio, and guess what happened? They were wrong. So the 3% won out. So it's stuff like that that just makes me wonder. So yeah, um, is there any optimism whatsoever going into this game against Ohio State? You know, Ohio State just beat up Grambling 70-0, I believe. I was like, it's Grambling. It's an FCS school. Okay, that's not a real test. Um, and yeah, they held Texas the first game to just 7 points. But yeah, we'll just have to see. It's about game planning and what's going to happen there. We'll see. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this result. It's something to hang our hats on. And I am curious to see how this will carry over throughout the rest of the season, knowing that we got this win against West Virginia. I mean, because Gardner Webb FCS opponent, we should take care of business there right after Ohio State. Gardner Webb, that should be a win. And Mac play, like I said, we know what we're doing there with Mac play. We just did it last year. So I have a hard time thinking otherwise that, you know, I'm pretty sure we're going to compete this year. I don't see how we're not going to compete. We're going to do it. You have to believe. You have to have that right mentality. You have to just go at it. No matter what kind of talent you have there on the field, you got to put your players in the right positions to succeed. And so far, we've been doing a good job of that, even with a 1-1 record. So yeah, that's just going to be it from me. Want to put this in a nutshell. Are there some things for the Bobcats to fix? Absolutely. There are still some things for us to fix. We can't throw interceptions, definitely not in this upcoming game. Got to take care of the ball. Got to run the ball. You know, even more effectively. We've got to break out into like more gains on the ground. Defense has to keep doing his thing. The defense has to basically duplicate what they just did here against West Virginia. Offense, basically revert back to what you did against Rutgers. If you put those two things together, maybe something might happen. Who knows? But yeah, that's just again reassuring feeling that we have a good team in the making here. So we'll just see what happens here. So yeah, just want to keep it short. This is Stephen Vitt. Coming back to you again with just a brief discussion about this. I'm happy about the win, 17-10. Moving on to face Ohio State. But yeah, and one more thing before I go, because I got to mention it. Bobcat Corner Speak Up on Telby. Guys, please start clicking the link for this. Telby, it's a voice recording platform where you can just leave a message. Uh, your recording lasts up to 1 minute. So whatever topic you want to pitch that's college sports, college football related, just please leave a message, record it, and just submit it, and I will review it. And whichever ones that I feel are going to be great topics, I'll just put it on the show. So feel free to start using that link. Bobcat Corner Speak Up. But yeah, good game. Good game overall. Got our win. So yeah, this is Stephen Vitt reporting it again, and the bottom line is that we're going to be okay. There we go. Take care, guys. Bye.